Hello everyone, and welcome to the Stitchin Post. I'm Nancy and this is Knitting with Nancy. Today I'm here with Val, exciting, and we're gonna go over, we're still doing our knit along of the Abrielle. And what I wanted to discuss today, a couple of things. Val's gonna come up behind me. And as you see, we had finished the back and I talked about that. And I know some of you are not there yet. Don't worry, it's not a race. I want to talk about how to make sure they're even to the armhole. And it's really easy to do because you have a guide. We have a pattern that's identical on the front as it is on the back, which means I can just count repeats and know that I'm here coming up to this, and then I'm going to do one more of starting again with this repeat, and then I'm at my armhole. So it's really easy to match so that we don't get mistaken. And even as we go up to the front, even though the neckline's different, again, use the pattern to know where you are in the height of your armhole because we want them to match. The other thing, real quick, I'm gonna show you, we got new toys in. Coco Knits is back in. These are new for us. I'm gonna open this container. We also have the maker's boards, again, in the two colors, in gray and the craft color, this color. As you know, I love them. These are new for us, triangular markers. I actually open these because I'm gonna buy them. I love the idea of triangle markers. It's actually what I'm gonna use on the next knit along. And the reason is they come in 3 sizes, different colors, earth tone colors, which I think are really pretty. We'll throw a few more out here so Val can see the colors. I love this one. Those who know me know I love greens and blue. Anyway, but I like using the triangles. I've shown you the precious metal ones, but I use these as the beginning of my marker round. So it's different from my other markers, all of which I use now are Coco Knits. So very exciting. What I want to start today is a little bit of seaming for those of you who are up to that point and wanted to know. And I'm just going to do a little bit here. We're going to cover this more again on next week's video. Today was a check-in to see how you're doing. So if I was putting these two together, I want to make sure that my ribbing is to my ribbing and my lace is to my lace. You will notice I start at the bottom and I'm on the outside. I do not seam from the inside. Ever. Now, we have an edge stitch here that also has a yarn over. We will be using, or I will be using, the left bar or left side of that edge stitch on each. Some of you know mattress stitch, which is picking up the bar. I, for whatever reason, have never liked that except for on some of my knit-alongs if I'm doing garter stitch or something where I want them to butt up. But the reason why I do this, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to start at the bottom. I am going to leave roughly a 5-inch, 6-inch tail to weave in later. I am going to come to the other side, again, the very bottom, and come in. Now, I like to lock my stitch, and what do I mean by that? I'm going to come straight over, almost back into that same stitch on the opposite side, so that when I pull here, I'm not pulling the whole thing out. So now I lie these between my fingers. Here is my next stitch. And here is my next stitch. Actually, it's right there. And I'm going through both. I am not coming back over this way. I am coming up, straight up to my next stitch, and over to my very next stitch. And pull gently together. And I'm going to continue in this matter, straight across, and that's this one, straight across. Up one, straight across, and again, if I look, that's the whole stitch here, and I'm coming to the right side of that part. Again, up one, over one. So I'm making a ladder, and what this will do as I work back and forth, and it gets easier as you go, and I'm going to go a little farther up so I can open this flat. But can you see I'm taking just half of that stitch? But look what happens when I open this up. Look how nice that flattens out. And so when you open this, the holes will come up, but it will all match. And it makes a very tiny seam on the inside. So I really like when I have stockinette doing this, and it will go all the way up like that. So any help you need, again, I'm here to help. You can call me. But it's that easy to seam. And it's very meditative, actually. I actually like this. A lot of people go, I hate putting garments together. But I enjoy this because look how pretty that looks. And to me, when we seam, that's the finishing touch. We want it to look really nice. Now, if you've noticed, I have not pre-blocked. And why haven't I done that? I have one really good reason. Let's say I come up to here or any section and I'm off by a row. I put one extra row in. Once you set it and you've blocked it, it's hard to fudge up and down a little bit. And I'll go into fudging just a second here. So let's say I added an extra row down here. I can come in, I have an extra row on this side, I can come right back down to where I came. So let me show you that again. I've gone up one, but I've gone down back into the same hole. And what does that do? It now put a little shift in. If it was blocked, you would see it as a pucker. Because it's not blocked, it will just flatten out nicely. So pay attention on any of the seaming we're going to do. Next week's video, I'm going to go into shoulder seam because it's a slightly different way I'm going to seam it. I will have one side done and also how to pick up stitches. And then we're moving right into our next knit along, I believe. But if we need one extra video, Val said I can add it in and we're overlapped to the new one. So again, if you need any help, stop by. Use a different pattern for this yarn. It's beautiful knitting with it. And I hope you enjoyed everything up to now. See you next week. Bye-bye.